Hey everybody, who is ready for red, white, and beautiful? We are going to be creating the most beautiful bows in this video. Look at how massive this bow is, and it's so easy to make. You don't need any tools. All of the ribbon is from Hobby Lobby. You don't have to special order anything. As well as all of these florals are from Hobby Lobby. Popped in some fun little American flags. And guess what? A little secret. These flowers are not gonna die. Okay, you guys, if you're ready for some fun coffee and crafting, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and leave those comments down below. Let's light up this section celebrating America 250 years with red, white, and blue flags, all of the love. Okay, you guys, go ahead and plug in your glue guns, get out your florals, your ribbons, and let's get to crafting. For the first DIY, we're going to make a beautiful cottage floral arrangement, and I'm actually going to repurpose and reuse this basket that I had created for Easter. I basically just painted a white basket pink and then added that little ruffle around the top. But you guys could use any basket you have on hand, and you don't have to use pink. I am just doing this because this is what I already have. Now, I did buy these florals at Hobby Lobby, and I took that green floral and I just split it apart kind of and popped it in to the center of my floral arrangement. And then I used these white bush flowers from Hobby Lobby as well as these red bundle bush flowers. And I say bush flower because that's how they're advertised in their sale sign. And so all of their stems and bushes are 40% off. I just cut them apart and then simply added them back in and staggered them kind of red, white, like they're blooming. Here's how everything's looking. And then I added this little tiny kind of pretty blue flower. It was at an end cap on Hobby Lobby, again, 40% off. And I just spread that apart and popped that into the center, kind of like I did the greenery. You guys, this floral arrangement took me about 10 minutes. It was so easy to make. And I did notice that Hobby Lobby has a ton of really beautiful planters if you don't have a basket on hand. And so just grab one of their planters. They even had some really pretty planters on clearance. You guys use whatever makes you happy and that you have in your crafting stash. And then you can kind of fluff your flowers as you go along. Now this is a Patriotic Memorial Day basket of florals, and so I did pop in these beautiful flags also from Hobby Lobby. They had a 2-pack with the larger ones for $3.50 and the smaller ones were $3.50 for 4. I did get out my iron and just gently steam them because they were kind of crumpled and wrinkly, and we don't want a crinkly, wrinkly flag. And here is how it is looking. Now, you all can always use the flag during the Patriotic celebration and holidays and then simply remove them for when that celebration is over. Now the next thing I want to do is make a really big beautiful bow, and also from Hobby Lobby I bought burlap ribbon, 1 roll. It's the large $9.99, but it was also 40% off, and I am making a 16-inch long loop here, and then I'm going to use this white burlap ribbon also from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to make another 16-inch loop. Well, maybe probably more like 14-inch. But you guys, this is going to be a really big bow. In fact, this is the largest Patriotic 4th of July bow I have ever made. So I'm just cutting my loops, and I made those loops. You want to loop your ribbon over on itself 2 times and then kind of fold it in the center so you can find your center. Then I'm going to add 2 tiny notches, just very tiny notches in the center, and that's going to help fluffy out your bow. This is my old school style Olivia bow. I haven't showed this one to you guys in a while. And then I'm going to just take some wire and wire in the center. I definitely prefer using zip ties, but I am out of zip ties. And can I tell you how expensive I didn't realize florals and ribbon was today? I did do a little bit of a splurge though. And I think if you guys wanted to, you could just do this really on a budget. You could use Dollar Tree ribbon, but I wanted to make something really beautiful that would last. I don't have any 4th of July ribbon, so I know this ribbon is going to last for a while. Now here was my little genius move. I bought red striped ribbon also from Hobby Lobby, 40% off, and pink striped ribbon as well. I'm going to take those and cut those a little bit smaller, so more like a 12 and 10-inch cut. And then this blue gingham ribbon, I'm going to stack that with a pale blue gingham ribbon. So I'm mixing in, which I have never seen done, and I just kind of came up with this myself. So you guys are going to have to let me know what you think, but I've been racking my brain trying to figure out how I'm going to do a beautiful patriotic display that's also cottagey that will match in with what I have going on with my home decor. So I had all these pretty ribbons stacked. So I stacked red and pink ribbon next to each other and blue and pale blue next to each other. So I feel like that's giving it more of a cottage flair. And when I look at some of the 4th of July clothing and decor, they're really showing that more pastel blue, but I didn't want it to make it look baby-y, so I thought mixing in the brighter colors would work as well. Now here I'm going to cut my tails. I did speed this up just a little bit because all I'm doing here is cutting super long ribbon for my tails. I want them to be just so long that they're going to really make a dramatic impact on my mantle. You don't have to add these tails, but I think adding the tails makes it look super pretty. And then just cut them for as long as whatever your mantle size is. If you're doing this for a mantle or for a wreath, you might want to cut them shorter, or you can hang them on either side of your door. There's so many options. You could do a 4th of July tree, so many fun ways to just deck the halls. And then the next thing I want to do is add my tails to the center of my bow. Just use a little piece of wire and then wire it on to your beautiful display. So I still have up my more pastel garland from Easter. It could be Easter or summer. Let me know, should I pull those pink flowers out? I do feel like it's a little bit busy. I'm thinking maybe replace that with white flowers, but I really don't want to spend more money on white roses. So let me know what you guys think. I'm trying to stay on a budget. This was the first big splurge I had, but I did a little bit of shopping, retail therapy, and then I also had cookies and hot cocoa for dinner, as well as some eggs and tortilla. But you guys, I was just all in my feelings today, and you'll understand more towards the end of this video what I'm talking about. But I really do feel like these bows and these florals are just so pretty, and I have always been very patriotic and very proud to live in America. I love America. I was born here and I just love it, and I want to celebrate it because this is 250 years of our country. And so I hope you guys are loving this DIY as well. I know America is not perfect, but I pray for America every day. So the next DIY we're going to make another little bow, but this is going to be a different style loopy bow. So with this one, you only want to loop your ribbon over on itself once. And we're going to do that, and each one is going to be smaller. So the first length is 16 inches long, loop it over, and then cut it off. Then the next one is 14 inches, go down to 12 inches, and then 10 inches. And sorry for the funny little bunny things that I do with my nose. You guys probably, if you're just new here, apologies. But if you've been around, you probably noticed that I have pretty severe allergies. You can hear it in my voice and my nose a lot. It's just something that's unique to me. And I've tried all kinds of allergy medicine, and I really just try to not take medication if I don't have to. Okay, so for this DIY, I had just taken each end of the ribbon and hot glued those together to make that full loop. And then I'm taking this pastel ribbon and I'm just adding the ribbon with a little bit of hot glue and wrapping it around the larger burlap ribbon. That's going to make this ribbon look more custom for 4th of July and very cottagey with these beautiful colors mixed together. I just searched Hobby Lobby high and low. I don't know. I probably need to try Michael's, but I was in a little bit of a funk today. So I just stuck to Hobby Lobby and wandered around and just really looked at everything and gave myself grace for taking extra time. I don't know, I just dawdled today. So I got started on this video later than expected, and now it's almost 10:30 and we're still editing, but that's okay. I am blessed and honored to do what I love. So once I had all the ribbons glued on, I did blue, pink, red, and then the pale blue gingham, all from Hobby Lobby. Super easy to do. Stack them all together, then tie them in a little loopy wire at the center. Again, I'm out of my large zip ties, but zip ties are the best. I mean, they are the go-to, but wire works as well, or pipe cleaners. It's just my hands have gotten, because I'm older now, my hands have gotten to where they can't twist the wire anymore. I have neuropathy, so it's just a thing for me, but that's okay. Here's how my bow looked, and I ended up using this bow on my cross. I'm going to show you guys a little bit more of a close up. There's kind of far away, and you can just see I popped it in there, and it goes straight across that cross, so it's just the perfect bow. It would also make a great bow to put on top of a package. Here is Benji Bear with his best bud, Mr. Rowdy. He's also a terrier, but he's a smaller terrier than Benji Bear, and I think he is full full-blooded terrier. But say hi to Benji Bear and Rowdy. We love you guys.
Thank you all so much for joining me on this fun and fabulous crafting and decorating adventure. And I want to give a huge shout out and tribute to all of those who we are remembering during Memorial Day, who served and who laid down their life for their friends, family, and their country. I don't know that I'm going to be able to say the right words, and so I'm just going to stop talking now, but I just want you to know that we honor you and we are remembering you in our hearts and our homes and our prayers and our thoughts. And for those of you all that were families, who lost someone, I'm going to hug all of your hearts so tight and say a prayer for you right now. We love you guys, and we thank you so much for your service as well. And actually today is the day that I lost my sweet sister Bree to stage 4 triple negative breast cancer. A little bit off topic, but it's funny that it came on this day when I had planned to do this video, and I didn't even plan it that way at all. So my heart is super fragile today. I didn't think I was going to be able to film, and you know what? It made me feel better to go ahead and create something to honor those who lost their lives in this Memorial Day that's coming up, and also to carry that even into the 4th of July, celebrating America of 250 years. So much honor and love and heartbreak and joy at the same time, and so many things when we lose somebody that we love. So I ask and beg for your forgiveness right now if I have said anything or said the wrong words. Please light up this comment section with some beautiful scripture to help those healing hearts. I know that God brings us comfort and joy at the same time, sorrow and joy at the same time, and with God all things are possible. So I just pray for your healing hearts out there, and also that we can celebrate with joy and honor and remembrance. So I'm going to stop talking now. I have been sharing a Bible study with you all. Just to go back, it is called The Bible in a Year. It's a 52-week journey through God's Word. And here's what it looks like. If you want to go on the TikTok shop to find it, it's about $7 or $8. I just found it and bought it for my whole family last Christmas. I don't make any penny off of this. I'm just sharing it with you guys because I know staying in the Word and staying with the Bible study really helps me. And funny enough, we are on week 18, and this week is called Service. So isn't it funny how God just works everything out? So we're going to read through this. Service is the practical expression of Christ's example of putting others before ourselves. It demonstrates God's love in tangible ways and fulfills our calling as Christ's representatives in the world. Following the servant king. Jesus established the ultimate pattern for service. The Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many. That's Mark 10:45. This revolutionary statement redefines greatness through the lens of service. Like a king who lays down his crown to work amongst his people, Jesus demonstrates that true greatness is found in serving others. The apostles' instructions to serve one another humbly in love places service within the context of Christian freedom, and that's Galatians 5:13. Rather than using our freedom for self-indulgence, we are called to voluntarily serve others. Like a musician who masters their instrument to bring joy to others, our gifts and freedoms find their highest expression in serving others. Peter's reminder that each person should use their gifts to serve others in 1 Peter 4:10 shows that service isn't one size fits all, but uniquely expressed through our individual abilities. We are stewards of God's varied grace, meant to administer it through diverse forms of service. Like members of an orchestra playing different instruments, each believer contributes their unique part to the whole. The motivation for our service matters deeply. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord, and that's Colossians 3:23 through 24. This perspective transforms even mundane tasks into sacred service. Like an artist who puts their whole heart into their work, we are called to serve with excellence because ultimately we're serving Christ. Joshua's bold declaration, "As for me and my household, we will serve the Lord," that's Joshua 24:15, reminds us that service to God is a decisive choice we must regularly renew. This commitment shapes not just our activities, but our entire life orientation. Like a compass that consistently points north, our commitment to serve God should guide all our decisions and actions. This week, let's examine our attitude towards service. As we serve grudgingly, out of obligation, or joyfully out of love, how might our perspective on daily tasks change if we saw them as opportunities to serve Christ? Let's look for ways to serve others with our unique gifts and abilities, remembering that in serving others, we're ultimately serving our servant King. A reflection question for this says, look at your schedule. Where could you create space to serve someone else this week? Our blessing on service says, may you find joy in serving others this week, seeking each opportunity to give as a chance to reflect Christ's servant heart. So if you guys have been watching my channel, I have been creating meals for a sweet friend of mine, and I feel like that's in service to her family, as her husband is extremely sick with cancer and they have 3 kiddos. And not to toot my own horn in any way, but just knowing that that is something as I check on her and share walk and talks with her. So it's just something I do with people, like let's do a walk and talk, and I give them an hour of my time to walk and talk and just reflect on the day and what they have going on, what I have going on. And one thing about my sweet friend is she always is so humble, and she always asks about me, even though she's going through one of the most trying times of her life. I see her precious servant heart as, you know, as soon as I ask her for what I can pray for her, she wants to pray for me, even though she's walking through the valley. And so I know that her servant heart is just so big. And, you know, there's times that when I can admit that I, you know, several years ago probably didn't serve out of enough love and did it more begrudgingly. Not with this friend at all, but, you know, in different circumstances in my life where I was holding unforgiveness. So anyway, if you have a chance to forgive, remember that life is precious and life is short. And, you know, Christ served out of complete humility. And I pray that I can do better, that we can all do better in showing that humility to those that we love and those that are in need. So this was an emotional video towards the end, and I've been trying to hold it together all day. I wasn't for sure that I was going to be able to craft today because this is the anniversary of my sweet sister Bree's passing 2 years ago. And I had you guys praying for her, and then I was not really even able to make a good update because the grieving process was deep and hard, and it has taken long to even talk about or open up about, and it's just really still too much. There was just so much with all of it. So anyway, I love you guys, and I want to leave you with a smile, and I want to thank you for being here. I feel like you guys are all my sisters, and I just thank you for your precious, kind comments. You know, I'm Olivia with Olivia's Romantic Home. I'm a DIY crafty mama. I've been on YouTube with you guys now for, this is going to be my 8th season, and to be able to do what I love, I cherish it truly deeply in my heart to be able to honor you guys with these fun crafts and decorating ideas. And you know, I have, I think, 1,500 videos or 1,300 videos, and all my videos I pack tons and tons of crafts in there for you guys. And in the last couple of years, I've started including these devotionals and Bible studies, and this, I feel like is way beyond more than my crafts are ever worth, is to be able to share the Word of God with you all and encourage you guys in that way. And I will be the first to admit that I'm a terrible Christian. I flop out and fall down and say the wrong things on a daily basis, and I just keep trying to do better as I go along and keep doing my best. So I love you guys. I want to encourage you to keep putting one foot in front of the other no matter what you're going through, and don't give up, because every day that we wake up is a gift that God has given us, and we are to honor that gift with our service, with our blessing to others, and to just keep trying even when we mess up, and that sometimes the biggest person we need to forgive is ourselves. So forgive others. I love you guys so much. I'm gonna hug all of your hearts big, 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 big. Until our next video, be kind to yourselves, be kind to one another, and we'll talk to you guys very soon.